Hello, welcome and good afternoon. We would like to warmly welcome, on behalf of Watford Interfaith Association, our monthly gathering, third Sunday of every month, of gathering for sharing our thoughts from different faiths on peace and in general, whatever we want to share, whatever comes to our mind. So hopefully, I hope that there are some of us who will at least come here, be brave and share some basically thoughts, whatever is in their mind with us. So I would like to warmly welcome our newly elected MP, Matt Turmaine. I gather this is your first official gathering, so very warm welcome if that is the case. Okay. I welcome Deputy Lord Lieutenant and also Deputy Mayor of our Watford Town, Raga as well. Okay, and then we have Representative Radha Mohan from Bhaktivedanta Manor, the ISKCON Temple in Lechmohit, and all of the gatherings and the members of Watford Interfaith Association and everybody else. Thank you very much. I warmly welcome Jeff Bettman, our current chairman of Watford Interfaith Association, to start us off with just smoothing us, at least settling us down with playing some nice tonal tunes through his flute. Thank you.
Sorry, I thought I'd already done that, but I'll play you another tune anyway. Maybe I'm going to Scotland tomorrow, so I'll play a Scottish tune. Maybe. Sorry. Better get the right note, hadn't I? Speed Bonnie Boat, okay. The title of that is the Sky Boat Song, so it's especially special to me because my mother always used to sing it to me as a child. But also, I'll be on Sky on Tuesday, so it's for the first time in my life, so a special one. I'd like to play an Irish one now, which I played earlier. This is called Easter Snow. This is also kind of connected to a monastery in Ireland. A Luan monastery. Luan was the Irish name for the monk that missionized Scotland. So I like this tune.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, I should have mentioned these monthly peace gatherings are generally facilitated. The plan is actually they'll be facilitated, and they have been by Reverend Father Gate, who is the town chaplain. But today he's on a special duty in Netherlands. As a father of a daughter, he is giving away his daughter in wedding, and as a father of church, he's actually performing, or he would have performed by now, actual marriage ceremony on a double duty, father and a father. So let's hope, at least let's wish and offer our congratulations to newly married daughter of Father Gate and her husband. Thank you. And now bringing back to the main purpose of these gatherings, at least to share our thoughts on peace and peace-related kind of understandings from faith or any other perspective. So do we have any volunteers who would like to come forward? We keep it informal, so there's not a kind of a made-up list of X coming first and Y coming then and whatever. So anybody who would like to come up and share, then they are most welcome. Just raise your hand and I would invite directly to share. While you think, I will basically, at least sort of to get you warmed up, start sharing some thoughts from our Hindu perspective. So let me open up my prepared notes, at least we don't have. So this is basically some Hindu teachings offering many practical ways to incorporate peace into our daily life. And then some of the key principles and the practices we have as Hindu, or more importantly our Sanatan Dharma, the way of life, are as follows. So I'll just go through some bullet points from our teachings, and hopefully that will give you some encouragement to share some thoughts from your faith or in general. So the first point is ahimsa, non-violence. Practicing non-violence in thoughts, words, and actions is central to Hinduism. This means avoiding harm to others and oneself, fostering a peaceful and compassionate attitude in everyday interactions, whatever we do. Second point is satya, meaning truthfulness. Being truthful and honest in all dealings helps maintain inner peace and trust in relationships. It also encourages transparency and reduces conflicts. Third is dhyan, meditation. Regular meditation helps calm the mind, reduce stress, and cultivate inner peace, which is a lot more important than the outer peace. Even a few minutes of daily meditation, and we will be doing some today, so this is a pre-warning, can make a significant difference. Fourth is seva, selfless service. We are all here in our volunteer capacity, so consider as a seva some kind of a service we are giving back to our own community. Engaging in acts of kindness and service to others without expecting anything in return promotes a sense of fulfillment and peace. It helps build a supportive and harmonious community. Santosh, meaning contentment. Practicing contentment with what one has rather than constantly striving for more leads to a peaceful and satisfied mind. It also involves appreciating the present moment and being grateful for life's blessing, rather than keep on expecting more and more. Next is pranayama, the breath control. Teachings like deep breathing and controlled breathing exercises help manage stress and anxiety, promoting a sense of calm and peace. Mantra chanting. Earlier we talked about Reverend Jeff Batman mentioned about Hare Krishna, people from community coming here and doing some mantra chanting, and that may happen in future. But mantra chanting in general, repeating the sacred sounds, whichever faith we belong to, or the phrases such as Om Shanti, can help focus the mind and invoke a sense of peace and tranquility. Living in harmony with nature, we are in Peace Garden. The nature is all surrounding us. Respecting and living in harmony with the natural world is emphasized in Hindu teachings. This includes practices like vegetarianism and sustainable living, which contribute to a peaceful coexistence with the environment. Forgiveness, letting go of grudges and practicing forgiveness helps release emotions and fosters peace within oneself and with others. And finally, mindful living. Being mindful and present in each moment, rather than being caught up in worries about the past or the future, helps maintain a peaceful state of mind. So incorporating all these principles, or some of them, in our daily life can help create a more peaceful and harmonious existence for all of us. So I hope you found these useful. These are some of the Hindu teachings which our sort of sages over the centuries, thousands of years, through Vedas, the scriptures which are written for Hindu religion, teach us, and which some of us try to practice on a daily basis. So with that, I'll finish what I had to share, and I will invite somebody, anybody, to share anything they would like to share. Anybody would like to come? Françoise? Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear brother and sister. Good to see you all this afternoon in this beautiful place of the Peace Garden. I think every human being wishes for peace. As long as the world existed, we always wish for peace. We wish for a loving and peaceful world. But when we see the world today, we see that we are not living in a peaceful world. So it is so many conflicts and so many suffering in our world today. So it's really painful that even though we have the wish for peace, we are not able to realize it. So the motto of our Peace Garden is that peace begins with me. So I am the one who have to start by me finding peace in myself. I can find peace in my relationship with others, and in my family, in our society, and in our world. So I believe in God, and I would like to offer a prayer this afternoon. Oh dear God, our heavenly parents, the parents of all mankind, we come to you this afternoon and we wish for your love and your peace to reach the heart of each human being, so that your dream and our dream can become a reality. Heavenly Father, Heavenly Parents, please guide us, and I pray especially you can guide those who are in important position of responsibility for countries, for different aspects of our life and society. I pray that you can guide them to make the right decision for the well-being of every human being. I pray for your guidance in our life, that you can be an example of peace and love for each other, for our neighbor, and so that your peace kingdom can come on this earth. Not just a dream, but that it can become substantial, that all the wars that are going on can stop, that people can see in each other the face of a brother or a sister, and not an enemy anymore, but that you can be present in our life. Please guide us, every one of us. And I thank you for this time that we can come together and share together with you this special time in the afternoon. at our Peace Garden. I want to offer this prayer together with my brother and sister present here this afternoon. I pray this to you and report this as in my name. And together we pray. Amen. Amen.
Thank you very much, Françoise, for sharing those wonderful thoughts. Do we have anybody else who would like to come and share a few thoughts? Please come through.
Greetings, Your Honor, and distinguished honorable people, and ladies and gentlemen. I like to say, yeah, my, okay. My name is Olubenga Olanrewaju Oshibote Adekunle Bogzi Bologi James Ogonsanya. Be mindful. I think we should just stick with James. To see many people here from different backgrounds come together and achieve something like this, it's very impressive. When I came here, I was one of the homeless people in the area. I live in a sanctuary. It was announced that if anyone is interested in gardening, I said, yes, I'd love to come. I came, and I met people here, and they became my father figure here. Very nice. And a lot's been said about peace here. Well, all we need to do is just to keep sounding that trumpet. Peace, 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 until we fully achieve it worldwide. So today, I'm not a man of much words. I just want to say thanks to the team. Everyone that has I've worked with here, it's a privilege to work with you. I'm so happy. Your kindness, your genuineness, and your support. Thank you very much. Cllr Rabi, don't hide. You're a father figure to me. Thank you so much. Thank you. All I want to say is to thank everyone, because sometimes I feel down and I'll go and cry. Is this going to end one day? I don't have a place to live, no job. So I said to myself, well, then what am I going to do? And when I join, the opportunity comes to join this team here. I was very happy. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. A big thank you to everyone. And I'm still here, though, because I'm not going. Thank you very much.
Do we have anybody else who would like to come forward and share some thoughts? Please, okay. This is Hina, who has come from Portugal recently, and she joined the volunteer team as Peace Garden, and she has been sort of working with the team every week, I think. So yeah, she would like to come forward.
Good evening, everyone. It's such an honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for all of you who have come to honor this gathering. I'm still very new, but because we've moved from Portugal, so I'm new to the group. But I was very, very warmly welcomed. I love what I do at the Peace Garden. I feel very supported. I have amazing colleagues. In regards to something that Françoise said earlier, there's not much I can add really. Just maybe one request from the heart. So just as wonderful it is for us to be here present together physically, I do believe we create a ripple effect, isn't it? Because everything is about energy as well. So it's wonderful to know that we are contributing, maybe even if it's just a little bit, for the sake of peace. My request. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So maybe I just have a humble request, if everyone resonates with it. How about now we gathered here, but we can do it even without the presence of each other, and we know we still all together. Maybe plan a time, whichever time, maybe every morning between 8 to 9, maybe between 9 to 10, whichever suits you. Light a candle, or just think of the group, or say something in the name of peace. And that way, at that time, that hour, we all know that we're all thinking of the same thing about the peace. And we all know that we all joined forces. Maybe it helps just a little more for what we're all looking for, the world peace. It's about creating some unity. Just a suggestion that I leave. It's only a matter of us just planning what, maybe every morning at 8, every morning at 9. Even if we say the word, whichever religion or not you believe in, Om Shanti, or may peace be with you, or in the name of peace, or praise the Lord, or hallelujah. And I think we all know that we're all doing the same thing at the same time. And we can all think of each other, and we can all make the unity. And this is just a humble suggestion from me. And I just leave you with this thought. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. One final call. Anybody else? I know we have a second half of our program to start soon as well. So if not, do we have? Yeah, please, Mrs. Chaudhary. Okay, please.
Can I speak here?
Yeah, let me give you
Okay.
the mic.
Yeah, we'll just bring the mic to you.
Yeah, we better. Wow. Hello. I can't believe it. Good afternoon. Very pleased to see you all. Usually we say prayers in Arabic, but when you translate that and when you see the people say what you say, it should be followed, and it should be practical also. So I have a poem which I will translate afterwards, and it says, तू रहीम ही नहीं ऐ खुदा, तू रहीम से भी रहीम है, तेरा कहर भी है सितम बरा, तू करीम से भी करीम है. It says that तू रहीम ही नहीं ऐ खुदा, ऐ God, you are very kind, or you are kind as kindness. And when you are angry, you unbelievable, but you can be very, very kind. So it's about God. This is about human being, this is about people. मैंने कैसे कैसे गुनाह किए, तूने देखे और छुपा लिए. मैंने कैसे कैसे गुनाह किए, तूने देखे और छुपा लिए, तू है बात बात को जानता, तू फहीम से भी फहीम है, तू है बात बात को जानता, तू फहीम से भी फहीम है. It translates like this: I have committed so many crimes. Not crime, but I have mistakes. And you seen those mistakes and you covered them. Mistake doesn't mean that you have to hit somebody, you have to kill somebody, you have to. My mind is that if you talk against anybody, if you backbiting also is a guna. Backbiting also, if your friend said something and you pass on that one to somebody else, this is a crime, this is unforgivable. And I got, you know everything. And we as Muslim, we have a belief. Bala kaun sahib bartari, jo karega teri barabari. Bala kaun sahib bartari, jo karega teri barabari. तू है बादशाहों का बादशाह, तू करीम से भी करीम है, तू है बादशाहों का बादशाह, तू करीम से भी करीम है. It says like this: who is in this world who will equalize you, who will be saying, I am, because God is God. And God is above all. This is in Urdu, because I believe that in Urdu, people can share some of the feeling, some of the wording in Urdu. But if it's in Arabic, then it translated, and all our, in Holy Book, all our things are written and very practical things. I mean, I came in this country, I came from Pakistan, and I am living in this country since 1964. I have my friends, not only Muslims, some people say I only keep with Muslims. My friends are all the faith. And I'm so blessed that I never ever make a complaint that I wish I could have a friend like that. So very, very pleased to see you all. Very unusual type. This is it's a life. And my friends, if I want to talk, I can ring Françoise and I can say, I can talk. Being a Muslim, that doesn't mean that my religion is above them. We believe Christianity, we believe Judaism, we believe Hinduism. They all their contact is with God, and God is for everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Chaudhry. I think we are slightly overrunning our initially planned time, but just to finish off, we will do roughly just about 5 minutes of meditation to finish this segment on peace. Then we move on to the next segment about offering the vote of blood. So if you all sit comfortably, I'm going to play a meditation on peace, so eyes closed, and if you like, you can basically bring your thumb and the index finger to touch each other with the three other fingers pointing outwards, downwards. This is called Gyan Mudra, which basically helps to focus our mind. You can eyes closed and head tilting up slightly. As soon as we tilt the head up slightly, our focus shifted to the third eye position. So sit comfortably, otherwise sit whatever you feel you like, and just let us meditate on peace to finish this segment. Okay, let me just bring that up. Come up soon.
This is a meditation on peace. There are 3 steps. First, let go of the outside. Everything you can see, hear, and feel. Allow yourself to simply let it be what it is, and let go of it. The second step, turn within and connect with the deepest part of yourself, the soul, the still, silent core of your being, whose essence is peace. The third step is to turn the mind upward and beyond and connect with the eternal, immeasurable, infinite source of beautiful, sweet peace. We start at the physical level. Check that your body is balanced and you're sitting comfortably, and then gently allow yourself to let go, to disconnect from everything that is around you in the everyday material world. What you see, what you hear, what you feel, let it be, and let yourself detach. And as you do this, you find yourself naturally oriented to an inner space. Turn the mind within and allow yourself to feel and connect with that subtle point of light that is the self, the soul. I, the soul, am deeply peaceful. I am essentially still, quiet, and silent. I allow myself to feel this essence, this core of my own soul. This is what it's like to be me. Peaceful, quiet, tranquil, serene. I am steady in this state, and so I move my mind upwards and beyond. Letting everything to do with the here and now merge, and I shift into a broader, more universal space. It is a world of light beyond the universe. And there I encounter the source, the beautiful point of infinitesimal light, yet infinite peace, an ocean merged in a point. I am focused, I am connected, and from that point the waves of deep peace wash gently over me. And I am filled with that power of silence, that extraordinary feeling of total peace. It fills me completely. It overflows and extends into the vast distance. I become like a conduit. The peace flows into me from that tiny point and becomes a huge ocean of pure, peaceful feelings that I can direct so that it encompasses the whole world. And the whole world can feel that subtle, beautiful, and sweet peace that it craves so deeply. I hold this state for a while. Totally focused. And then gently I withdraw myself back into my essence, back into the day-to-day world. But still, that peace is with me, spreading like an atmosphere around me. Om Shanti.
Slowly, gently, without rushing, you may gently open your eyes, come back to space around us. Thank you very much. That's where we end the session on peace, and I welcome Cllr Rabi to take over the second. Thank you.
How long was that? How long did we do?
About 6 minutes.
Oh my God. The first time I done it, I was down the open line. Right, can you wake up now? Thank you, Yogesh. That meditation was absolutely amazing. Really did take us back. I've got a happy job. The word volunteer has been mentioned once or twice already. And this is what the Peace Garden is all about. It's the space for volunteering. It's a space for people to come and relax. It's also a place for inspiration, like we've had this afternoon. Now, the Jeff is going to tell us a lot about the Peace Garden. For those of you who don't know anything about it, all I want to say is, for me, it is where I found solace, where I found companionship, where I certainly found coming to the Peace Garden once a week energized me for the whole following week. There's something magical about being here. A couple of you walked in and said, "Oh, isn't this beautiful? It looks so nice." And it does. And the reason it is beautiful and it looks so nice is because each week, each Wednesday morning, we get a bunch of volunteers just coming here and working away quietly. So what we decided as a group, it's actually time we recognize them. They come and do it quietly, come here like moles in the night and disappear, and suddenly the garden is beautiful. And I think it was Françoise who says, "Isn't it time we said thank you to them publicly?" And it is. So this afternoon is really just about saying thank you to some of our amazing volunteers. You've heard from one of them already, James. Now, James, as he told us, was a real find for us. James had lost all purpose of life. He ended up homeless, ended up in our shelter at New Hope Trust. And then one day he came here, he was brought along to look at the Peace Garden, and he suddenly found that there was a purpose, that he could actually come and do something. And he decided for himself, I can do better than this, whatever it was, this was for him in his life. And he did, and he's worked at it. And today, I'm delighted to say this, he's actually got a place in Croxley View, and he's beginning to furnish it and beginning to start a new life. So I think we should acknowledge James's tremendous work and give him a hand. But I think we want to say thank you to all the other volunteers as well. So Françoise and Jordan, could you come up, please? We'd like to invite Deputy Lieutenant to come up as well. I think we've laid on a little snack, haven't we? But there's no such thing as a free lunch, Deputy Lieutenant. So if you would mind helping us present the certificates, and then after that say a few words, we'll be delighted. François, you've got the names for the people you want to call up? But James, could you come up first, please?
Congratulations.
Certificate for James. As I said, we have lots of volunteers, but James has been an exemplary volunteer. Not only does he come here every Wednesday morning, he just comes and says, "Robbie, guess what I've done?" I said, "Oh, what you gonna done now?" He said, "Oh, I've made this little hut at the beginning, at the entrance to your garden. Next thing I know, I've planted some plants out by the pond." James is a constant volunteer and an amazing example to us all. So James, thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. You know who's taking the photo? Someone is.
Oh yes, yeah, I'll take the photo.
Well done.
Don't go away. We know you like gardening, so there's some more gardening work for you. Thank you.
It's the house, not the garden.
You don't want to say some more words, did you? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, James. We then discovered, following James, we had another little group of people from another unit down the road which supports people who are rebuilding their life. And these three gentlemen are from Emerging Futures. Paul, and Anthony. Could you come up, please?
And I have to say, these guys do a great job. I'm not just saying that, I really mean it. They come here every Wednesday and they really work hard, and they work harder than us because we're getting older and they're just young men. So I really appreciate their work.
Thank you, Jeff. Absolutely. They've transformed this place.
Paul Flynn, that's you. Congratulations. Thank you for all the work you do. The other Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Paul.
Thank you.
They look beautiful, the garden.
Thank you.
And Anthony. Well done. Congratulations. And then we'll just... 1, 2, 3. Well done, Jeff. Thank you.
Well done.
And I think
We need you.
Don't worry, we're here.
And our other new recent volunteer who's discovered once you come to this place you can't leave is Hina. Hina, please to come up.
Congratulations for making a great start. There we are. That's yours.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. From then we've got some of our other regular volunteers who are here. I'm not to call their names, don't know if they're all here, but if you're here, please do come up. We would like to acknowledge your effort as well. Lydia is here, I know.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Rose is not here. Sheila and Richard from Rotary are not here.
Thank you very much.
There we are.
Thank you.
The next one won't like me for saying this, but Monica, could you come up, please?
Yay! Come on, Monica.
And someone who'd hate me even more for doing this is Paul. Come up, please.
Yay!
Thank you for everything you do. There we are. I think this gentleman wants a quick photo.
Yeah, hello.
Well
done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And last but not least, Shri Mohan. Please come up. Now Shri does wonders for us. Every time we walk through that arch, you're walking through a bit of Shri's sweat and blood. Shri actually built that up almost single-handedly.
Thank you. Well done.
Just the story of that arch is that we had an arch there a while back. It was very flimsy, and some students decided it was a lovely swimming pool, and they knocked it down. We built it up, they did it again, and Sri says, I know what, I'll build an indestructible one. That is indestructible. And anyone want to try and swing on it, you're welcome. No? Yogesh?
Not today, thank you.
So that's all the presentation. I don't think I've missed anybody up, but volunteers, thank you collectively, thank you personally from me. And if you've got friends out there who'd like to come and relax and at the same time do a bit of digging, bring them along. Deputy Lieutenant, please.
Good afternoon. For those I've not had the privilege to meet, my name is Ginder, and it's my honour to be invited here this afternoon to represent His Majesty's Lord Lieutenant Robert Voss as one of his deputies for the County of Hertfordshire. His Majesty Lord Lieutenant sends his apologies for not being here himself. He is otherwise engaged and sends his best wishes to you all. When I spoke with the Lord Lieutenant on Friday ahead of my visit here today, he wanted me to ensure that his thanks are shared amongst the fantastic team of volunteers who tend to this beautiful garden here in the heart and jewel of Watford, which is Cassiobury Park. I have been delighted to be here to participate in your prayers and reflection time earlier. Faith and reflection can be a vital part of life for some people, and having an area such as this to pause and collect yourselves, either individually or as in groups, can be a great key to happiness. I would like to express my admiration to the brilliant team of volunteers who have brought this garden to life over the past 11 years. I know there are some individuals that has been a driving force around changing their life around, a truly inspiring commitment and dedication. And it also cannot go unnoticed that projects such as these require funding from time to time to support the work along the way. The sponsorship and kind donations from individuals and organisations should not go unnoticed too. So in preparation for my visit here today, I looked at your Facebook page to learn more, and I was very impressed by the story that it tells. The Watford Peace Garden Facebook page has gained a new follower in me. So on behalf of His Majesty's Lord Lieutenant and myself, may I wish you all the future success for this garden and the happiness it brings to those who visit here. Thank you. Thank you, Rabi.
I've left the best to the last. I think, Jeff, you should tell us a bit about this garden. Jeff, please.
Thank you, Rabi. Yeah, so last year we celebrated our 10th anniversary. So this is the 11th year now we've been working here. For those of you who don't know, it looked a little bit more like this scene behind me when we started 11 years ago. And the first group of people that came here was some Ahmadiyyan Muslim community, pulling up weeds and working away right here where you're sitting now. But what impressed me about them was that they were a community. So there were older people there were young children playing around, there were mothers, grandmothers, and the men were doing the hard work, and everybody was cheering them on. And that impressed me because I realized there's a place for everybody. And if anything is about, you know, if you can say anything about Watford Peace Garden, there's a place for anybody here. People can come here, even if they can't do so much, they're welcome here, because just their presence is encouraging. There's lots of stories I could tell about the garden, but I'd be here a lot longer than, I think I've only got 5 minutes, so I won't go into all of them, but where you're sitting, you can see there's the stones laid out. It's a labyrinth, and this was Judith's idea when we first sprang the idea of a peace garden and told the mayor, and the mayor gave us the land here to work with. One idea that Judith had, we have to have a labyrinth. So this is a labyrinth for walking meditation, essentially, and it's kind of like the centerpiece. The first tree we planted in the garden was something I particularly wanted to do, and it's the benches around it over there. That's a millennium yew. It's a cutting from a yew tree that's 2,000 years old. So they had a millennium yew campaign in 1999 where they gave out yew trees, and my wife and I managed to get a couple, and that was the first tree we planted here. So, you know, there's lots of things, there's lots of stories like this, and if you'd like to look around later, or you'd like me to take you around, I'm always happy to show people around and tell them the stories of the arch. There's a lot more to the arch than what Rabi said as well. I won't go into all the details, but it started off as the Bridge of Peace that Françoise started after 9/11. She started a Bridge of Peace work with Muslim and Christian ladies, and I think Sharifa was a part of that, and you know, made many people became lifelong friends through that. So there's lots of stories we can tell about the garden, but I think the most important part, and Françoise has already expressed it, the point is peace starts with me. So we cultivate peace within ourselves when we work here, and it becomes an inspiration for people in all sorts of places. The Deputy Lord Lieutenant mentioned the Facebook page. The Facebook page has fans from all over the world, and there's one man sent me a message today from the Gambia, said please send my greetings to everybody and all the volunteers in the Peace Garden because it's such an inspiration for me. So, you know, this really moves my heart that people all over the world, literally, you know, because Facebook has no boundaries, can draw inspiration from the Peace Garden. And all of you are very welcome to come here anytime you like. We're only here for a few hours every Tuesday morning, every Wednesday morning, sorry, just a few hours. But other people, we've just got a new volunteer. He's not here today. He had to go and referee a football match. His name is Panos. I believe maybe his wife is here somewhere. Yeah, his wife is over there. There are two new volunteers, and they come all sorts of times. Before I finish, there's one more volunteer I'd like to mention, is Ethan over there. Hands up, Ethan. He's doing his Duke of Edinburgh's Award, and he's coming here and volunteering once a week as well. So please enjoy the time here, and if you'd like to be shown around, I'm happy to do that for you. God bless you.
Thank you, Jeff. You heard earlier that our new MP decided his first outing would be to the Peace Garden. We'd love to hear from you, Matt.
Thank you very much. Can you all hear me all right, Dustin? There's a little bit of rejigging of the microphone that's gone on for a number of speakers. So the first thing to say is thank you, Rabi, for inviting me to speak. And thank you to all of you for inviting me to come here. I have visited the Peace Garden for events here before, but this is obviously the first time that I've done it in my capacity as Watford's MP. So it's a real honour to be here in this, you know, wonderful, gorgeous place that clearly everybody is enjoying. And I'd obviously extend my thanks to the volunteers who make such a fantastic job of keeping it up as well. One of my children asked me earlier today, actually, what's your favourite thing doing, Dad? You know, what do you like doing the most? And of course, we all have different things at different times that we like doing, but one of them, I mean, communing with nature and thinking deeply and contemplating in a place like this has got to be one of them. And so thank you very much for the meditation that you led earlier on as well, which was a wonderful thing. So I think a reflection of faith and the importance of faith in people's daily lives is clearly something that is important to people who come here. And I'll share with you an anecdote from Parliament, which when you go up to Parliament for the first time, you get a lot of help and advice from people, but they can't tell you everything. And there's lots of stuff that you just have to discover yourself by doing it. And one of them is, and you may well already know this, but one of them is every time Parliament sits every day, it begins with prayers. And so you go into the chamber and people take their place in the chamber. They stand as the speaker comes into the chamber. I'm sure you've all seen this kind of thing, you know, the sergeant at arms has got the mace, and you know, they have all the sort of you know, speaker and black rod and all the other people doing the thing. Once they're in there and they're sat down, the first thing they do is everybody has to stand up and they do prayers. And you know, the sort of custom of doing this is people turn around to face the wall rather than facing the centre of the chamber. The prayers are told and they sit down and they turn around and the debate continues. And this was a real revelation to me. I mean, it was not something that people had told me about happening, but it was another really important example, I think, of how, you know, faith does occupy an important element of the day-to-day in everybody's lives, you know, whichever faith you are or of none, and it's important that we reflect on that, and what better place to do it than somewhere like here. So thank you very much for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I would do the parliamentary thing of saying, if you have any casework or issues or anything that you need, please do feel free to get in touch. Obviously, as a new MP, we have quite a lot of this going on at the moment, and so it will take us a little while to get back to you, but we will do that. If you have any events taking place, obviously including future events here, then please also let me or my office know about it, and we will do our very best to be able to accommodate it. But other than that, thank you very much indeed for inviting me once again, and what an absolute pleasure to take part in the ceremony. Well done to all the volunteers and the people whose hard work have made this possible. Thank you.
Matt, I know he's not on my list of speakers, but I know Radha Mohan from the Hare Krishna temple is here. It would be rude of me not to ask him to say a few words.
I think Yogesh has already done the Hindu one. I'll just say one or two improvised things.
Please.
This is completely improvised. It's I think that we've already heard it said, but I just wanted to add, or perhaps even confirm what has already been said, which is that peace, we pray for peace around the world, but without peace internally, what to speak of, how can we have peace on our streets, in our country, and in international affairs? But it all starts from within. And every time we have a random act of kindness to somebody, you know, so let's say 4 people a day, those 4 will pass on. So 4 becomes 8, 64. So from that way, from our own lives, beginning with ourselves, I think that can externalise to international peace. Because one thing that frustrates me personally is you turn on the TV and you see so many problems in the world. I'm sure we're all the same. But what can I do about that? I can't fly over to wherever it may be and solve that problem. And even if I could, would it be a long-term thing? But then I realised one thing I can do is make peace within myself, and hope that one day that will somehow or other, as I mentioned, externalise to the broader community. And if enough people think like that, it would only take 10 or maybe 20% of the entire population of any community, and I think that would spread very rapidly from that point. So it starts from within, it starts with ourselves, and I think that's probably the only thing to say. But one thing I would say, Watford is actually a wonderful melting pot of so much cultural, multicultural variety and hope and optimism, somewhere lodged, as I see it, between North London and Hertfordshire. It's actually Hertfordshire, but it's kind of London as well, I think. I live in North Watford, by the way, that's my excuse. And it's great, it's such a great town. It's great to see how everyone works together, of all faiths, all communities, so it's a great pleasure to be here. I couldn't miss this, and I've got a lot of respect there for Jeff sitting there, looking like Crocodile Dundee or something like that. Okay, thank you very much. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you. And finally, last but not least, may I invite our Deputy Mayor to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Is a lot of beautiful words has been said, and just sitting here and reflecting how lucky we are. How lucky we are that we have a space when each of us and everyone can stop for a minute and think about their life, about the colleagues, about the family or non-family, but even so, we're still able to find the family in this beautiful place. How lucky we are that we have a people who, with the willingness, commitment and passion, helping to shape the town what we have and what we are very proud of as we're sitting here. Each of us has a proudest moment each of us has a reflection to share. That's our life, that's our town, and that's our future. If we can only make one thing and confess today what we can do to make our life better is to be an example ourselves. We talked a lot about it, about the peace which starts with ourselves. The same peace will shape the future, what we all contributing right now. I'm very proud to be the deputy of the Watford, and I'm so lucky to have so many community faith leaders who, especially these days, playing a vital role to share and talk with communities, with people, to share the peace, and I'm very grateful for. Thank you to all of you and all your friends and family for contributing to build this beautiful town, because without you, it's definitely Watford won't be the place what we are here right now. Thank you.
Thank you. I think all that remains for me to say is food awaits in the tent. Once again, thank you for everybody.
You've got something behind you to give to somebody.
I have? How you tell me? This is how prepared I am. As is customary in these things, we do have to say thank you to our chief guest, Deputy Lieutenant. May we present this little gift to you for your time and your good wishes. And we await the check.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much. That's for Matt as the MP, yeah? That's right. It's in there. Do you want to those of you?
No, no. What's it? Do we make them walk here or should we walk up to them?
Whatever.
We won't make you walk up. One for our MP. I'll let you go, yeah. We'll save them the walk.
Could we get a group photograph together?
Yes,
Yes. Where would be?
By the arch.
Who's the photographer?
Yeah, by the arch.
Where's the best place?
Behind us here. And behind us also, you can see the arch.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Maybe everybody could come and sit down again.